Well, hello everyone. My name is Bobb Cannella Jr. I'm 33 years old. I'm here in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I'm actually in my apartment right now. It's a little too windy outside for me to be filming. Anyways, I'm here to tell you about why I should be on the TV show The Next Top Hooker Season 2. I was born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska. I have two older sisters, Susan and Carrie, and my two loving parents, Bob and Nancy. I fished quite often when I was in Omaha, quite a bit. Only with a fly rod though. My grandfather passed it down to me, and everyone kind of looked at me funny and was like, "What are you doing here in Nebraska fly fishing? You know, grab a spin rod." And I'm like, "What are you doing here in Nebraska with a spin rod that I can't do with a fly rod?" I kept that mentality in my life and I took it to a new level, catching catfish that will blow your mind when it comes to how big you can actually pull things off, all the way to catching walleyes, brims, bluegill, white bass, stripers, catfish already mentioned, carp, gar, gator gar, needle-nose gar, going all the way to my freshwater trout, steelhead, salmon, all 5 species of Pacific, nurkas, everything. We've done it all. But why am I here? Why am I thinking I am your next top hooker? I'm an outgoing individual. I love being outdoors. This is what I do for a living. I'm here on my lunch break right now, dressed just like I normally do. I wear my cowboy boots, my torn jeans, and my classic work shirt, where I work for one of the best guide services in the country, Jack Dennis High Country Outfitters. And I'm the only full-time employee who stays in that shop. I moved out here about 5-6 years ago, out of Alaska, done doing my guiding career and all that, and I thought, where should I go? Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Applied at all the local fly shops. Everyone wanted to hire me. I went with the best, because that's what I do. I go with the best. Just like when I was in Alaska, I was with the best. They hire the best, they want the best, so I'm going to be the best. More importantly, I do specialize in fly rods, all the way from 0 weights all the way up until 10 weights. I love being outdoors. Every day, every chance I get, I am on the water. Directly after work, directly out my backyard is Flat Creek, one of the most technical streams in Wyoming to fish. Fish it every night. During my off seasons, when I'm not doing so much in fishing, I'm still traveling. I'm going to Montana, Utah, Idaho, Colorado, South Dakota, Washington, Oregon. Anywhere I can go to chest some big, big, big fish. But still, haven't answered. Why should I be on your show? Well, as you can see, I don't stand that tall. I stand at 5'5". With the pleasure of a couple cowboy boots, I can stand at 5'6" on a good day. I'm agile. I climb. I was a gymnast, but not as, a curriculum gymnast. Both my sisters were gymnasts, so I was naturally a gymnast, but I was a better climber. I'm very proportioned and extremely agile to do anything that is thrown at me. People wonder, you know, they see me as a guide at the first time, and they're like, "Oh God, this guy's a little dude." At the end of the day, they're not saying that anymore. They're saying, "I've never seen it before. Never seen anyone have your stamina, your ability to pull it off." I'm an insomniac. I don't sleep that much. 2-3 hours a night. When I'm not sleeping, I'm doing either commercial fly tying, putting orders together, planning trips for people, calling up buds, and planning trips for ourselves. The main reason I want to be on this show is one reason. I'm planning on making a trip around Alaska in a small jet boat with just a friend of mine, and we're going to go all the way around the southern coast for 3 months. And I'm going to use all my winnings, once I win this thing, to put it towards my trip and make it all happen so I can have it filmed and go on to my next. I work with a lot of different people in the fly fishing industry. Scott Sanchez, one of the top 2 fly tyers in the world. Howard Cole, known as one of the best spay fishermen and casters in the country. Jay Buckner, who's like the top in entomology, which is the study of underwater insects, which we as fly fishermen is extremely important to us. I enjoy climbing on the side, I enjoy backpacking, I enjoy hiking, I ride bikes, I go on walks. I really don't like to drive in town. It's a beautiful town. I walk. I want to be outside. That's the most important thing to me. In our spare time, I work with the Wounded Warriors program and the Rivers of the Recovery. I do all their tying, and that is a great program for our veterans that get to come in and we get to bring them back into fishing. And it's changed and shaped a lot of their lives. I've heard it from themselves, all the way up to their parents, all the way extending up to their grandparents. I'm not camera shy. I don't care about talking to people. It doesn't bother me at all. I have to do it all day long. More importantly, though, I tell you what's right. I don't try to get you to go somewhere so you can just be happy. I get you somewhere where you're going to come back and say, "Oh my God, you just put me somewhere I've never been. I've been doing this my whole life, and I can't believe you have the ability to find these places." Well, that's what we do. We get out. We get after it. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. It's not about just a job. If I wanted just a job, I would have followed the college career. I did go to college for a while, but I would have became an architect. I would have sat at a desk, made a lot of money. But you know what? Jackson Hole's poverty with a view, and we get to live it. People don't understand how hard it is for us to live here year-round and still do what we do. At my fly shop, I have people coming in every day looking for me. When I'm on my lunch break, they'll stay there for an hour until I get back, and I'll have 5 or 6 people waiting to talk to me about, where did you go? What did you do? How'd you do this? I saw this on Facebook. Where was that? I don't keep secrets. There's nothing I need to keep secretive. The only thing I need to keep secretive is that one place in my heart that I'm waiting to share with someone. And that's why I remain single, because no one can keep up with me. I was asked in the application we filled out, what do people think of you? And I asked a few people, and they said, you're impossible to keep up with. You're absolutely impossible. When you're not doing this, you're doing this, and I'm always 2 steps ahead of them or carrying them from behind. I don't have any fears in life anymore. Being a guide in Alaska where you have huge grizzly bears within 10 feet of you, and you have to deal with clients who are city slickers who aren't used to that, that's a lot for them to have to deal with. It's my job to prevent any harm to them as well as protect them in any way, shape, or form I can. But to make the experience enjoyable, I make sure everyone's safe, but we're still always in the danger zone. I move out here, sure I see bears all the time. My heart doesn't even skip a beat. Doesn't really bother me too much. Alaska did a lot to me. I am a commercial fly tyer. I tie all my flies. I tie for the shop. I have private orders. There's a tournament here in Jackson called the One Fly. It's a $5,000 entry fee per team, 40 teams. There's 2 people in this drainage who tie for these teams. It's myself and Scott Sanchez, who is a Buzz Busick Award winner. I believe there's only 9 in the country. The most important thing is, I really want to be on the show because A, I love fishing. B, it's not only about fishing, it's about having fun with it. I've been watching the first few episodes. It's not all about just fishing. It's about putting you through some elements and trying to still make the fish catch happen. Whether I'm swinging on a zip line, whether I'm diving down in the water, whether I'm spearfishing something, you give me a fly rod, I'll show you some art. I'll make that fly rod my paintbrush and the water is my canvas. I will just run water. I have no fear of really doing too much. I do get scared a little bit when I'm late at night and deep in the woods hanging 20 feet up in a hammock and you can hear and see animals working underneath you, but that's what it is to me. I'm really hoping and excited that I can get on your next show. The most important thing to me is it's the ability just to let people go fishing. That's why I stopped guiding. I guide through you now. You tell me where you want to go. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get you what you need. I'm not going to break your bank. I'm going to not kid you, not going to fill you with smoke. I want you to be successful. That is my most important thing when I think about fly fishing. I do it every day. I work 50 days a week in the shop. I'm fishing 3 days a week solid. We usually travel 4 hours, sun up to sundown, 3 days in a row. It's really tough. It's a really tough life to an extent, but it's also a very rewarding life. And it's giving me the chance to change people's lives for the better. I can't tell you how many people have came back and said, we're coming back with you guys. You guys are a no BS outfitter. You guys are the real deal. And that's the truth. I'm on Scott's Scott's Pro staff, one of the better fly rod companies in the country. I am their pro staff. I'm not just a sponsored guy. I am on their pro staff. I work a little bit with Fish Pond. I work with Idlewild. I'm on the East Idaho Convention for Fly Tying. Currently, I'm on the IFFF website for the Fly of the Month, which is a pretty big deal, especially it's a really neat fly I did for them. It was a saltwater pattern that I've been redeveloping. Casting. At night during the winter, I go out in the yard and cast. That's what I do. I don't go fishing, I go casting. That's what I like to do. And when it comes down to it, I want to be your next top hooker. I want to be on your show. I want to be the underdog. I want to stand next to all your crew members and staff and watch them all here, and then little old me, always the underdog. America loves the underdog. People love it when I succeed because they got beat by the smaller guy who's faster, who's quicker, who's more agile, who knows what he's doing, who is no BS about it. When it comes on the water, it's fishing time. You won't see me sleeping too much during the show because it won't happen. Maybe 2, 3, 4 hours a night. Try and wear me out. Everyone does. It won't happen. So, to sum it all up, I really want to be on your show. I'm really intrigued by it. I think it's an awesome thing to do. And it'd be really rewarding to me as well as to you guys. Coming here from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, this is one of the most sought-after places in the country. People know we fish out here. They assume you fish. They just don't realize how much we do fish. All my gear is almost all Fish Pond and Sims. I work highly with them to get their products designed and tested to the best capability that they can perform in. And quite frankly, I love it. I love everything about it. There's nothing I would change about my life except having $1 million and being able to do this regularly. And the last thing, Richard wanted me to do this because I sent him a photo. He was the casting producer. I was agile in my day, so he said if you had any videotape of you being able to still pull this off, I want to see it. And it's quite funny because I do it almost every morning just to stretch out my back because it'll pop my back out all the way. And I'll just sit here. I mean, it's quite comfortable and it loosens every muscle in your back up for you quite easily. So America, I am your next top hooker and I can't wait to be on your show.